Hello, everyone. So Stefan Stearns just had his surprise court appearance today in which he took a plea. He pled no contest to killing Maddie and then guilty to 20 sex crimes. And in court, there was not Jen. So I don't know. I just kind of want to, I don't know. I'm trying to go into this not angry, but I'm so angry. And I tried to look up to see if there's any current reports of Jen being like institutionalized or anything like that. And it says there's no credible reports that claims or can support her currently being in a mental institution. I don't know. I guess I just need to know why. Why was she not there? And then we'll see where else this goes. Ignore my red face. I'm healing from an IPL laser treatment to get rid of sun damage, and it is bright red. Okay, so as always, this is an energy reading. It's all alleged, my opinions, not facts. Probably going to pull out the Whispers deck too at some point, but not yet. I'm going to do 2 cards at a time for this one instead of 3. For some reason, I feel like there's some point to that because I was getting that very strongly before. Anyway, what energy would Maddie come through as in this conversation in regard specifically? Take him out of the picture. What energy would Maddie come through as in regard to her mother not being at the hearing? She's trying to protect herself by buying time. Would it be fair to say that Maddie would be coming through with the energy of my mom wasn't there because she's trying to buy time so that she can back away from any potential issues from this? And if she was there, somehow, some way, something would get brought up about her, and that's what she didn't want to happen. She thought the repercussions of staying away outweighed, or the repercussions of going, she felt like would be heavier than the ones of not going. Is that fair to say? Did her lawyer tell her not to go, or someone counsel her not to go? Page of Wands in reverse. Don't go. Show me a very direct card for Jen wasn't there because someone else told her you need to protect yourself and buy time and not go. You need to stay hidden. You need to stay in the shadows. Very clear answer. Who told her this? Someone who's on her side. Is it like to the level of actual legal counsel, or is this like someone she trusts? Not family. One person. A non-family member, one person that she's taking advice from, and that person told her, you better not go, it's going to draw attention, you need more time to get away from this. Because you going would cause some kind of quick fire battle. What does the person who told her not to go, what does that, and by that, I really feel like she didn't want to go anyway, but because someone else said it too, she was like, oh, you know what? Good idea. But like, really, it was already her idea. What would that person feel like Jen would get from not going that would be not as bad as if she did go? Imbalance of the court. Imbalance of the or like a performance turning sour. A performance turning sour. Oh, this reading's gonna make me mad. A performance turning sour would be her fearing him acting out about her being there. I'm not gonna give him the reason to. Jen plus hermit. So Jen plus non-family member, outside person that I trust. Jen plus that person. We'll call that partner. Jen plus partner. No, that's going to be confusing because you're going to think Stefan. Jen plus friend, which may or may not be some kind of legal counsel. I don't know. Someone she trusts and respects. Jen plus that person thought Stefan, they feared he may what if he turned around and saw Jen in court? Oh my God. Show me a very clear confirmation if what this means is Jen plus friend feared that if Stefan turned around and saw Jen in court, he just might tell the truth to set himself free, which would not look good for Jen. A messenger. I don't even know what to say about that. So it was more important for Jen to not even roll the dice just in case he turns around and starts to point. Two cards. Did Jen think A? Because this deal, for those who aren't familiar, kind of came out of nowhere. I don't think that this was really an expected thing, and a lot of people were comparing it to the Brian Koberger surprise kind of taking that deal last minute type of thing. So so the quickness of like this came out of nowhere. It came right before trial, right? Did Jen think that A, she was just scared to be there in case he turned around and was like, "Oh, you know what? I'm scared of actually going away for life. Let me do this instead." Or was it B, she thought that he was trying to bait her into coming there so that he could do that? So essentially, A, was she scared of him just last minute getting cold feet, or B, did she think he was trying to bait or trap her into being there so he could flip on her? A man you can't trust. A man who's taking purposeful action in an untrustworthy way. Ah. She oh, it's a guilty conscience. Oh, that I mean, the way that I'm getting it, that sounds like guilty conscience. Like, I don't think that he was baiting her, but I think that in her mind, I feel like he was backed into a corner because they had everything else, even if they couldn't necessarily prove all the way the murder, they had him on everything else. So you're kind of, even if he were to come out and say Jen did this or that, or took place in this way, one, who's going to believe him? Two, how are you going to prove it? Three, we have you on everything else, so it's not like you're leaving. but I feel like she honestly was looking at this because of the quickness in which it came on. I feel like in her mind, and I say this part underlined, because of guilty conscious, allegedly, because of guilty conscious, I feel like in her mind, she was like, oh no, he's baiting me. He's trying to get me into that courtroom so that he can turn around and flip this. Confirmation? Strange. Him trying to overpower her in an untrustworthy way that you can't really even see the Knight of Pentacles. It's pretty much covered now. Like lying in court about what direction I'm going to go. She felt like he was baiting her. Was he baiting her? Was that at some point the plan? Like, if she's here, I'm going to try and, because he did make a statement. I mean, I feel like with from next two cards to confirm. From Jen's perspective, it wasn't that she was like, oh, he's going to turn around and blame me and the court's going to believe him. It wasn't that. But I feel like for her, it was okay. The heat is kind of died down a bit. Yes, there's going to be heat from me not being there, but God forbid he turns around and accuses me. There's the heat. Is that her perspective? Yeah, the tower and a false start. So like, oop, I was backing away from it. Now I'm right back in the tower of it. I forget what my other question was. Was he baiting her? She didn't want to be back in the tower. If she would have been in the courtroom. Wait, was that my question? Trying to get her in an untrustworthy way. Let me do it this way. What was his plan when it came to taking this plea? Like, what was his real intentions behind it? Was there any trickery or baiting of Jen or anything like that? Or was this just, I'm caught? I think there's something else that we don't know about that if it would have went to trial would have been confirmed. And I think that, yeah, almost like in his mind, they're definitely going to get me because all these other charges, even if I sit there and they can't prove that I murdered her, they have all this other stuff. The jury's really not going to be liking me too much. And all he can do is really take swings at her, the mother, which in his mind, he's like, well, they're going to hate me even more because now not only am I caught abusing this girl under her mother's roof, the mother's denying anything in it, but then also I'm blaming the mother. Like, they're just not going to like me. So I feel like, can I have one card to confirm? He kind of knew he was a bit like dead to rights, so to speak, but there was something he didn't want it to come out. Once it came out, I feel like it has a bit to do with his family. Like, his family name would be ruined, or I mean, not that it's doing great right now, but like, you know, the final nail in the coffin, so to speak. Is it fair to say that he wasn't trying to bait Jen? He was just trying to avoid that one piece of information coming out that it's like, that's it. That's Hanged Man. Yes, surrender. I don't want to even go down that route. Yeah, yeah. Um okay. I kind of want to use whispers so I can get a little bit here. What else should we know about this? What else should we know about this? Politics in reverse gives hidden optics. Like, I'm happy that the optics can stay hidden. Not my light going out right as I said that. I'm happy that the optics can stay hidden. Maybe I should keep that off. My face doesn't look as red. Anyway, all right. What are the uncovered? Yeah, justice karma in reverse. This was not justice served. This was not justice served. This was not justice served. Happy about optics that can remain hidden as it pertains to uncovering an injustice. Oh. Let's say there's something that's real bad here that happened that we don't know. Maybe it's not proven and just proven through confession or admission because of being pressured or something. I don't know. Let's say there's this ticket. There's this token. Okay. This token is that nail in the coffin I was just talking about for Stefan. Let's say this nail in the coffin came from Jen. So Jen, who didn't know this was going on, Jen, who has no clue about nothing, gave a crucial, here, nail him with this piece of information, hypothetically. I'll give you this, but you need to give me some kind of deal. I feel like said agreement was not necessarily a deal in the way that we view it, but it was more of like, we'll take this. Thank you. Great. We're going to use this. Thanks. But why do you know this? Why do you have this? We'll leave you alone with the extent of what we know right now. But if we find out anything else, or if we find out you knew anything else, you're going right in there with them. Whatever this agreement is void at that point. And I feel like what this is she was super scared because I don't know if she knows that he knows this about this. Like, because if he knows that they know something, this is going to be a little confusing. Hang with me. If he knows that the investigators know something that he knows could only come from Jen, and somehow they have it, it would stand to reason they got it from Jen, right? So it's like maybe that's kind of feeling like why she was scared to go in there, because it's not like he's going to get the judge to be like, okay, yeah, lock her up to bring her back. But he could raise question because he knows that she gave them something that they could have only gotten from her. And if they get any more, they might go for her. Right now, they're not, because they agreed to leave her alone for some alleged reason. High vibes. High vibes as in, like, she just needs to maintain where she's at right now and not dip into any lower level of like questionable behavior, choices, where like she needs to walk on the thinnest ice. High vibes. Like if you sink at all, the littlest bit, jail. King of Pentacles. Because she gave the pentacle about him. She gave that piece of information about him. And then it stands to question, why do you know this? How do you have this? Why did you not do anything about other instances if you knew this or had this? 10 of Wands in reverse, putting out a burden. Why are you giving us this now? Why didn't you take care of it sooner? But it feels like because they needed that. See, I'm not sure if this is more of like a beginning thing, like they've had this, or if this is like something that happened right before the plea deal was taken. No, I think it's before, because the Lovers would to me be like the couple falling from grace, right? So this is like before it got to the point where there was no return. Point of no return for him is obviously the plea deal because he's not coming back out. 9 of Cups in reverse. It's like, I didn't want to do this, but I have to. I feel like she gave them something in order to get him in there because she wanted to get them off her back. Like, it's going to be me or him. Here, take this. And it was like one of those, okay, we'll take it, but like, we thought you didn't know anything. And it's like this energy of like, oh, I make an excuse. I knew it then, or I knew it for this reason. And it's kind of like this situation allegedly where the investigators are looking at her like, okay, like that's probably BS, but we're going to use this information. We're going to agree to not come after you right now with what we know because we don't have enough. But if you give us any more, we're going to use this in combination with all of that. That's what I'm getting. Can I have a confirmation? The Star in reverse. A fall from grace. A literal fall from grace. I just said that. The Star in reverse, like the star upright. Stay on the straight and narrow. Follow the North Star. If you start veering off that path in any direction, we're coming to get you because you gave us this information. We could build on this. The fact that we have this, the fact that it came from you, the fact that why didn't you do anything else about this before? We don't believe your excuses that you're giving us as to why this is coming up now, but we'll take it just because we want to close this and we think he did it and we have all this other proof of him doing other stuff. So we'll go in this direction, but if you give us anything else, you're going to be with them. Knight of Cups, if you give us anything else. And Knight of Cups is a very slow moving energy. So again, it goes back to that instance of like treading on very thin ice. Like Knight of Water. The ice is melting. You better scurry away and get to the other side before it does. I have 2 cards. I'm going to do 2 of these and 2 tarot from Maddie to wrap this up. Okay, 3. I meant to put that face down, but we have Queen of Wands upright. False flag, Queen of Wands. It's interesting that I didn't mean to turn over Queen of Wands, and there she is. With false flag event. False confidence. False confidence. Inside out in reverse. Inside in reverse. So out, outside, temperance, outside balance. False confidence in outside balance. Oh, for the mother. Oh, the mother and the offer. Oh, she's confirming. Okay. False confidence in external balance. So I don't feel as safe as I should, or not as I should. I don't feel as safe as I'm portraying, like, legally, as in Jen. Like, I feel like they may still come for me even though they made an agreement not to, so I'm making sure I give them absolutely no reason to do so. Confirm? Yeah, 5 of Cups in reverse. Solution, healing, not trying to reach defeat. I don't know what else to say. Is there any potential that Jen pays for this? I don't. You confirm King of Cups in reverse. If she wouldn't have given them that little piece, not little piece, but that pivotal piece, but little pivotal piece at the moment she did, they were trying to go for both of them. I really feel like they were trying to go for both of them. And in order to get them off of her tail, she gave them something about them. It was something where it's like, you shouldn't have this, you shouldn't know this, but for right now, because we need to nail somebody, we're going to nail him. We're going to take this, agree to not, something like that. I don't know. That's what I'm getting over and over. You confirm 9 of Swords in reverse? Yeah, High Priestess. That's what I'm getting over the. It's like Maddie's like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. What was Jen's energy at the time that the court appearance was like going on today happening? Looks like the pentacle that I gave them to get him to go down instead of me worked. I can close the chapter now. Eight of Wands, communication, quickness. I'm running out of here now. So that's only feelings for herself. There's nothing in there about Maddie. Is that fair to say? Yeah. Disconnection from my pain. She's numbed herself to any. Maddie's not here anymore in her mind, so it's not about Maddie, it's about herself. Confirm. Judgment in reverse. Judgment in reverse is like, I'm avoiding facing myself in the mirror. Like, I feel too negatively about myself, as in Jen, to face myself in the mirror. So I'm just not even thinking about what this means to Maddie because Maddie's not here. I'm here. I need to make sure I'm okay. So I am disassociating, I guess I'd say, disconnecting from my pain. 2 of Cups reversed, 3 of Swords. I'm disconnecting from my pain. 3 of Cups upright, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The information I gave them allowed them to focus on him and leave me alone. And it worked. So now I'm just going to try and back away from this as quickly and least dramatically as I can. Confirm. Devil in reverse. Because I don't want to pay for the consequences of my actions. I need to be done this reading. I'm getting very angry. And I don't want to spill that out, but I'm angry. So I'm going to stop this reading. Just being fully transparent with you. I'm not going to sit here and try to hide it. For the last like 15 minutes, I've been my blood, I can't even talk. My blood is quite literally boiling. I think my face is probably bright red under the little bit of the blurring thing I have on. Anyway, I don't know. I just wanted to give Maddie a voice because I just felt like today no one gave her one, and I felt like her mom not being there was like, I don't know, just such a slap in the face. They would have to remove me from the country to have had me not in that courtroom today. If that was my child. So I just kind of wanted to do that for Maddie because I know that a lot of you really care for her. So unfortunately, she didn't have that good of a loving support system. So thank you for everyone who watched this very difficult reading to be that for her. Chariot. Okay, I'm going to cry. I have to go. Thank you for watching. Please remember that this is all alleged, my opinion, not facts. Thank you for watching.